sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
When you talk about our motherland Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, you cannot fail to smile because of the smile that fills the faces of the citizens. Our nice good weather and nature that sustains us all, that enables us all to continue each in their own way because we are all different even according to each individual's work. But what joins us to become one person is the sweetness from the flavored drink Alleluia Jingati drink and Alleluia Tamarind drink. The flavor that quenches your thirst while at the same time treating and healing your body because it is 100% natural. Enjoy the drink that has got the tamarind juice in it. Made by Alleluia Reflexology, Healthy Solutions and Nutritional Research Center Limited. Get yourself a bottle of Alleluia from all shops around.
Pick of the day on UBC, brought to you by.
Their job is to keep you and me healthy and well. But sometimes they try in vain.
How to get points? Just use MTN to make calls, send SMS, load airtime, buy bundles, or pay for MTN subscription services.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Introducing the all-new Roofing's TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend surfaces. Roofing's, strength of a nation.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift, buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial star 149 star 10 hash to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial star 149 star 10 star 5 hash. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial star 149 star 10 hash to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's the festive season and we love it. And that means it's time to celebrate with GoTV.
Come with me.
So get your GoCoder and GoTV value for 25,000 shillings to watch with the whole family. And if you're feeling extra festive, upgrade to our best package yet, GoTV Super.
Something to look forward to.
Download the My GoTV app for more information.
Super.
We all deserve a super festive season. And with GoTV, there's every reason to love it.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Pick of the day on UBC. Brought to you by.
Their job is to keep you and me healthy and well. But sometimes they try in vain.
How to get points? Just use MTN to make calls, send SMS, load airtime, buy bundles, or pay for MTN subscription services.
Everywhere you go, MTN. Introducing the all-new Roofing's TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend services. Roofing's, strength of a nation.
It's the festive season and we love it. And that means it's time to celebrate with GoTV.
Come with me.
So get your GoCoder and GoTV value for 25,000 shillings to watch with the whole family. And if you're feeling extra festive, upgrade to our best package yet, GoTV Super.
Something to look forward to.
Download the My GoTV app for more information.
Super.
We all deserve a super festive season. And with GoTV, there's every reason to love it.
Patriotism is a feeling of love, devotion, and the willingness to sacrifice for one's country.
I say no to corruption because I put my country first. I choose peace over violence because I put my country first.
I love Uganda. I serve Uganda. I sacrifice for Uganda. I'm loyal to Uganda. I love my soul.
Be patriotic. Uganda first. This message is brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Co-Uganda, Office of the President.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda.
Well, good morning to you, and it's still Special Friday here, the 3rd of December 2021, the first Friday of December 2021, getting you into the Christmas mood. I have been dubbed Mother Christmas, so Mother Christmas Priscilla is here for you this morning, and we do have our special guest this morning. She is a vocalist, but she's also a songwriter. She is called Bero Massey, and we are going to be enjoying ballads, soothing ballads. She has a voice. Just when she was speaking, it's like, some accent. Now, imagine if that accent is doing music. Anyway, speaking of music, we do have some messages that are coming through here. We're still wanting to find out from you, how do you plan to spend your Christmas? Or what's the usual drill around your festive season, whether with friends, family, work, whichever it is that actually consumes your time and money over Christmas? Please let us know on our WhatsApp line, which will appear on your screen. I just want to take one message before we get into our artist performance. Good morning, Uganda. I'm Amina Dawa from Arua. Hi, Amina. Priscilla, there's always conflicting loyalty between daddy and papa. As you were talking about mommy and mama conflict. Oh yes, this is Felix and Kirabo completely. Of course, we usually use Christmas celebrations to get together as family members up country, and in Mother Christmas looks good, headgear, and I like Felix when he laughs, but it's normally hard to see him laughing. At least today I've seen him laughing. Well, greetings to the rest of the team and Merry Christmas. Well, thank you so much, Amina Dawa, and Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. Thank you so much for watching UBC. And now, because you're watching UBC, we introduce you to Bero Massey.
just wanna make it better. Lose the memory, forget that feeling. Live the day where life has meaning. Live the past, begin the dreaming. Oh, oh, I'm just craving to be. Oh, with my head out the water. Cause it all could have been real if it wasn't for you. I'd totally be chill if it wasn't the truth. Oh, yeah. All I feel is I'm all it all. I'm all it all. Oh, yeah. Muliro mumutima gwange gwaka. Gumala, I'm all it all, I'm all it all, I'm all it all, yeah. I just wanna make it better, find a remedy, remember myself, face the problem, say goodbye, in a sentence without a sigh, and oh, yeah, I'm just needing to be, free of the water. See, I know that I can deal with all I go through, even though all that I feel is flames burning through. Oh, yeah. All I feel is I'm all it all. I'm all it all, I'm all it all, I'm all it all, yeah. Oh, I'm all it all, I'm all mutima gwange.
Alright, so this was your first song that you ever produced and let out to the world. What was the inspiration of this particular song? Because I know it is from the heart. You talk about the burning, the desires of the heart that consume you. What's the real story? Which boy was this?
I was going through a time in my life, and it was like an outlet, generally just trying to remind myself constantly. Every time I even hear this song, when I'm going through something, it's just a reminder that you can look forward. The hard things don't have to break you. Take that fire, that muliro you're feeling, and turn it into something positive. So.
Okay. All right. Clearly, you have gotten your music career up and going. But when did you first realize that this was actually the direction you were to take for life?
I've actually known this since I was very, very little. Because I was born into a family of singers. My mom sings, my dad sings. Right. I am the firstborn of 3, and we all sing.
Okay, so Christmas would be like, oh, good morning, oh, good night, day was food.
No, contrary to what people think, families that sing are not singing all the time.
Are you serious?
Yes, no.
That's impossible.
We're not singing all the time, although our mom used to punish us a lot when we were children.
Yeah.
She'd have this thing of when a visitor comes home and she doesn't want to see them, she'd just send the 3 of us into the sitting room and tell us sing until they get tired and leave. So we'd just be like, Mommy told us to sing, and we just start. And eventually they'd be like, hey, tell her I passed by.
So as a child, what was your favorite song that you would always click in your mind as a melody?
Oh, wow. Favorite childhood song? That would be, we used to watch Colby's Clubhouse a lot. I don't know if anybody else has watched Colby's Clubhouse.
That's for sure.
Yes. So there's that, if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we'll have fellowship one with another. And the blood of Jesus Christ, His Son, cleanses us from every sin. If we walk in the light. Yeah.
I do remember that one. Colby's Clubhouse, Saturdays, Sundays,
yes,
repeat. Yeah,
it was the best children's show ever.
And so when did you decide to take music professionally?
2013. Yeah, 2013, I received a very weird phone call from a friend of mine who was like, I work with this band, they need a vocalist, their vocalist is sick, I only knew church music at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm only going to do like Sissy Winans and, Balogal and what. They were like, you come. That's how I got into it.
Okay.
I went just to fill in one day, sang, and everybody liked it.
Yeah.
They decided to keep me.
Okay. Of all the songs that you have put out there, what is that one song that particularly is telling a story of a situation that you were going through?
Oh, I feel like all of them
All
do.
of them?
Yes.
Okay.
I write a lot from my experiences, and usually it's picking from the experience and trying to remind, rather than singing about it, mostly, it's just touching it a little and then reminding myself what I learned from that experience. And yeah, so that every time I listen to it, it's a constant reminder.
Okay, all right. Well, let's listen more of Bero Massey music and you'll really understand. And I know such music, actually, people get to relate a lot to it because it's situations that we all go through. One of the biggest artists in the entire world, the music that they do is simply because it's music that tells a story or, tells a situation, a moment that all of us have gone through, whether good or bad, but we can all relate. And so it actually, stabs into the heart and sits right there and go like, yeah, I love that song, simply because you resonate with the message in the song. Well, resonating more with Bero Massey this morning.
This next song I'm going to do is called Ewo. I'm really praying that there's some people watching right now that have listened to my EP. It's called Home, and this is off the Home EP. Enjoy. Omutima gwa bunyweze linetala tebalizikiza okwange gw'omukwafu omusaayi mulavu omutima gwange gugwo linetala tebalizikiza no kubanga gw'omukwafu omusaayi mulavu ontambuza kiralu oseka laira mundisuubiryo tambuza kiralu oseka ewo mutima gwange gye gusula ewo amaanyi gange gye gasula ewo mutima gwange gye gusula ewo omutima gwange gugwo, be careful, I got just the one, yeah. But it's fragile, so be careful with my heart, yeah. I got a feeling that I'm not the only one, but I'm fragile, be careful with my heart. Ontambuza kiralu oseka laira mundisuubiryo tambuza kiralu oseka ewo omutima gwange gye gusula ewo amaanyi gange gye gasula ewo omutima gwange gye gusula Tambuza kiralu oseka laira mundisuubiryo tambuza kiralu oseka ewo omutima gwange gye gusula ewo amaanyi gange gye gasula ewo omutima gwange gye gusula ewo yeah.
song that you know, put on your phone playlist, and then you're in your room, you hold your pillow, and then you listen, and your mind wanders, and you draw all sorts of castles. For us women, we can draw castles in the air. Yeah, so I definitely have to try it out with a pillow. Okay, that's a very interesting one. What was the inspiration? What's the story behind that one?
It's a love song. It's a song I wrote for my husband right before we got married.
Okay.
So.
Wow. Must have melted. Okay, random question. If you had 3 wishes this Christmas.
You can ask it.
Dear husband, how did you feel?
Felt melted.
You melted. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, random question. If you had 3 wishes this Christmas, what would they be?
Oh, wow. This is interesting.
It's random.
3 wishes.
Okay, she's thinking about it.
Yes.
While you're thinking about it, we do have a message here. Good morning, UBC. Katusime Christine. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. You're enjoying the music. I do have a message from Billy from Jean's prison, Chirinya. And you're sending greetings to your wife, who is Naiga Kethia, and also your baby and Aaron, your son. Okay, all right. So thank you so much, Billy and your family, Aaron and Naiga, for being a part of Good Morning Ghana Special Friday this morning. As Bero is thinking about her 3 wishes, question is, what would be your 3 wishes this Christmas? And as we are getting into her other song, it's going to be the 7 o'clock hour, coming to a wrap with Robert Kirabo, giving us a roundup of the week and their stories, of course, with the others. Rachel and Ivan will be joining him, and then later on we'll be having Bero Mercy and husband returning. But for now, more of Bero Mercy music.
Thank you. This is also another song off the Home EP. Guys, if you haven't listened to it, this is your chance. It's everywhere. Everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, even on YouTube. So, things I like.
Puzzle that's been creeping on me. Now the pieces are coming alive. Extra careful, I don't wanna break your heart. I'm trying to call, by the words just won't rhyme. I just wanna hear you say it. It's getting cold, I'm losing my mind. I know I wake up dancing to the rhythm of your heartbeat. That boom boom got me feeling like a goddess. Extra careful, I don't wanna break your heart. Cause you got all the beautiful things I like, things I like. And you got all the beautiful things I like, things I like. You're running around, and you're just running around with all those, all the beautiful things I like. I'm a puzzle that's been creeping on you. I'm solid, baby, the kitty's on toilet. On sign you say, you is there, I'm a mutima go. Oh, daddy, mulala, daddy, kutia, daddy, kulwana, no. It's getting cold, I'm losing my mind, yeah. I know I wake up dancing to the rhythm of a heartbeat. That pum pum got me feeling like a goddess. Extra careful, I don't wanna break your heart. You got all the beautiful things I like, things I like. Oh, the beautiful things I like, things I like, yeah. See you running around, and you're just running around with all those, all the beautiful things I like.
This is Good Morning Uganda.
ADF, but also we had the World AIDS Day, that was on the 1st of December, and of course the variant that is still being a threat to the world, and of course some countries have even gone as far as ensuring that they close their borders to some of the countries that have been listed to have this virus with high prevalence, this particular variant. And Rachel, we want to start with that. The Omicron, where we are seeing South Africa comes up and says,
I think the approach of the Western nations in particular is astounding. Their hypocrisy is glaring, it's uncalled for, and it's really something that should not be. As we talk, 24 countries are on record saying they have detected Omicron within their borders. I've not heard the same hypocrites talking about closing their borders to Israel, to the US, to... These people are really being very strange. If, in fact, South Africa detected this variant first, it does not mean they were the origin of this variant, because it has been detected in many places that are very far from South Africa. And the WHO is on record saying that this approach is futile. By the time you detect Omicron within your borders, it has been there much longer than you think. So it cannot stop the spread of Omicron. It can only slow down and impede certain things, including humanitarian relief, including distribution of medicines and other such things. I don't understand why it's been a panicked approach. Omicron, after all, has not been proven to be as vicious as Delta. It has been mild in its expression so far, and there's a lot that needs to be found out before these sorts of radical steps are taken. So shame on these Western nations. Shame on them.
Ivan, we know that Omicron was first identified, that is, by scientists in South Africa, and that in specimens that were collected on the 9th of November this very year, and later from specimens that were collected between the 12th and 20th of November. And that was in Gauteng, South Africa, but also countries like Botswana, we've seen it in Hong Kong, and subsequently reported in a number of countries. Coming back home yesterday, our Minister for Health, Dr. Jane Ruth Aceng, addressed the media, and she said now all travelers entering Uganda at all border points must go through mandatory testing. As a country, what happens? South Africa is not very far from us. If COVID was able to move all the way from Wuhan then to Uganda here, this may be something that we also have to be worried about. But let's look at our preparation, more so when we are moving at reopening our economy just next month.
Yeah, I think to me it's always very important to prepare for whatever is coming through from an African state. And I would also be concerned if we're having a variant like Omicron in South Africa. But the thing now is, how do we strategically position ourselves to prepare for what would happen if scientists advise either that Omicron is more detrimental than the Delta variants and others? Now, how do we ensure that the economy is opened, but as well we minimize the infection rate from any kind of new variant that is coming into the country? You remember the first case we registered in Uganda, it was a mistake, I would say, because it was on the plane, and so you may think everyone was checked and something like that. So it was a mistake, and you see what it amounted into. So I would agree with the minister if she says that everyone should be subjected to a mandatory test. But then remember, we have a lot of porous borders. There are quite very many. People keep crossing into the country and out of the country. You have people who have the houses in the other country, then the compound is in the other country, So how are they going to address that to ensure that at least we minimize on the damage? But regardless, I also think that having such a variant in South Africa, there should have been an assessment on how it is impacting on the lives of the people affected in that region. And I think we can start from there to try to understand that mutation. I was even shocked when I heard one of the government officials say that the vaccine that is being developed by Uganda will also address the new variant. So you ask yourself, were they already in the know that another variant was coming up, yet WHO is still grappling and thinking on the mechanisms on how to study that variant so that they can advance. But I think all in all, as African member states, we need to come together and have a common cause that let's test all our people if they are moving from one nation to another, so that if we find those who are infected, we are able to quarantine them and give them treatment. That's the only way to go.
Well, Takali, some countries have gone to quarantining. Here in Uganda, of course, you know that, for example, the tourists, they're allowed to come in, be tested, then go to specific hotels, then they get their results there. With this danger, do you think this approach still stands? Even many Ugandans that come in, of course, because of the changes we had when government took over this, and now you get into the country, the results can catch you anywhere. And of course, knowing that we are in partial reopening, let's also look at the public vigilance out there. Now we are going in festive season. So much partying, so much excitement. In terms of us being vigilant in the fight against COVID-19, are we up to the game?
The approach, the minister was very clear yesterday that the approach they have on ground at this time will continue. People will still be tested as they enter the airport and proceed and get their results wherever they find them. Clearly, there is an understanding in this country that we cannot continue in a lockdown situation forever. It is unsustainable. So clearly and truly, the government is holding course. They are set to reopen no matter what. Like I said, this panicky Western approach will collapse as they watch. It is also not sustainable. You see, COVID-19 will be with us for the foreseeable future. It may be here for the next 50 years. We just have to find a way to live with this thing. And we really have to understand. Because at some point, we're dealing with Delta. At another point, we're dealing with Gamma. We are dealing with Beta, and even Alpha. Maybe tomorrow we'll be dealing with a Sagittolico variant, or whatever they call them. I know they're using Greek letters or whatever, but maybe tomorrow there will be an Okoth variant. So really and truly, we have to find a way of moving on with our lives regardless. Yes, we'll continue to emphasize the need to deal with standard operating procedures, but this business of saying we close our borders, it's almost childish. Will you close your borders? Because these variants will continue. Viruses are that way. They mutate for reasons that are not understood, and they express themselves in ways that we don't yet understand. Mercifully, this variant so far has not spiked the number of fatalities. And they say for people who are immunized, there's a limited impact. So there is hope that the vaccines so far will be able to deal with this thing in a certain way, one way or another. They'll find vaccines as we go. But really, going forward, our responsibilities continue to wash our hands and to do whatever we need, and to be, of course, ready as a nation to provide the beds we need and so on and so forth, to have medical personnel available. But I really emphasize that a panicked approach cannot help anyone.
2 years down the road, issues of COVID-19 still have a panic approach. Well, our advice to you is please go and get vaccinated. Go and get vaccinated. The president has assured Ugandans that we have enough vaccines. Have your first shot, have your second shot in case you're taking those